You talked about a lot about international clients,
Yes.
companies who are coming to Hong Kong to list. But 80% of Hong Kong Stock Exchange's capitalization currently is made up of China domiciled companies. So how do you get that message out to present Hong Kong or Hong Kong Stock Exchange as a marketplace for international companies, not just Chinese companies?
Yes, it's a very, very important point. So a lot of the issuers in our platform today are from China. However, if you look at our investor base, 43% of the participants in our market are international investors. That is a very large base. Now, we have investors that come through our markets to access the Chinese market. We also have investors that are now through our MSCI suite of products. We have 42 MSCI products, index products that are in our platform. They decide to participate across all of Asia. And then, of course, we have international presence through, we have a Singapore office, and we also have like the London Metals Exchange, where we have participation in the commodities market. So we're a pretty international company. And of course, we want to use our strength that it was originally built around this strong China foundation, having all these issuers, becoming a new economy company. We launched our biotech chapter. So the concept that we have is, let's use that critical mass, that scale, that reputation, that great regulatory environment to actually develop a stronger international presence. So part of our objective is developing that stronger international presence.
So on international presence, you have previously announced that you are going to open international offices.
Yes.
Right. We understand from sources that one of them will be in the US, presumably in New York, and the other one will be in London. Would you care to tell us what these offices will, what functions will they serve?
Yeah, the concept is that we want to be more client-centric. So we want to be closer to our clients. That is very, very important. If you want to make sure that you address the needs of those people, you have to be close to them. So for sure, we're going to be in the US, we're going to be in New York. That's going to be one of the offices. Now, in Europe, we're still defining where we're going to have like our office. I mean, it hasn't been finalized, but definitely what we want to do is to be in a place where we're very close to the main investors. And that's what we're evaluating at this point.
Right. Plus, you also have the LME.
Right.
So London.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to try to be. It's the easiest thing to do, in the sense that we already have a physical presence in London. However, we want to assess, what are the alternatives? How can we leverage all the different, investors that are in Europe?
Well, talking about LME,
Yes.
you bought the LME 10 years ago, but then HKEX failed the bid to buy the London Stock Exchange.
Right.
Will you try to buy the London Bourse again, or do you have any other merger and acquisition plan?
Yeah. Of course, we're always looking for alternatives and how we can expand. However, I wouldn't be tremendously focused in a large international acquisition. We think that we have everything right now to succeed. Like I mentioned, our positioning of being this super connector between China and the world is very, very unique. There are some areas, some niche that we may, use potentially an acquisition, a partnership, collaboration to expand. But I wouldn't think about a big, transaction that is going to make a difference. Right now, we think we have everything to succeed. We have a great marketplace. But if we see something that complements what we have, of course, we're going to consider it. But it's right now, we think we have enough, things on our plate, and the priority is not to look for a big acquisition.